Hey drone nerds, Andrew here with my friend George from DJI. Today we're talking about the brand new Mini 4 Pro.
Everyone's favorite drone is a Mini to date. And so we're really happy to bring the second version of what would be our Pro line of Minis. Originally, the Minis were more of a, just use it for home use.
More hobbyist.
Exactly. So, taking pictures of family and stuff. Now we can do so much more with the Mini line.
This is really starting to work into a more professional kind of capacity. Let's start it right off. HDR video with DLOG.
Yeah.
10-bit color.
Exactly. So all of the imaging stuff that we love, all of the imaging parameters that we love in the Mini 3 Pro, bringing that over. So we've got the same 1/1.3 inch sensor size. We also have that same f1.7 aperture, so it's gonna do great low light shots. Now we've updated it so that you can actually do HDR video up to 4K 60 frames per second, which you couldn't go all the way to 60 frames per second on the previous version.
And you can go up to 100 frames per second in 4K non-HDR.
Correct.
So you can still get some really killer slow-mo footage.
Exactly.
Man, okay, so next, everyone's gonna notice that there are some new lenses, new sensors here on the drone. Tell us a little bit about what those do and how those are used in some of the new features.
Yeah, so on the Mini 3 Pro, you've got forward, backward, and downward sensors. Now, we've got these forward sensors and the backward sensors, they're all fisheye lenses instead of being flat lenses. So we're gonna be able to get that overlap in a full 360 of everything that's going on around the drone, as well as two downward sensors. So full 360 of omnidirectional obstacle sensing. That means that the drone will be able to detect an obstacle in any direction. What that allows us to do is take ActiveTrack to a whole new level. We've got a new thing called ActiveTrack 360, where it's gonna be way more dynamic. You can actually choose where the drone is gonna be recording from or where it's gonna end up. So instead of using Spotlight to manually fly it to the side, to the back, or in front of your subject, you can actually choose, I want it to start behind the subject and end in front of the subject. You can change heights, and you can change how far away from your subject it's gonna be. So it's way more dynamic and getting you that Hollywood feel for every time you use ActiveTrack. I'm a big fan. This is my favorite new feature.
So it's integrating those sensors to get better active tracking, more customizable routes, which kind of plays into the next part, which is Waypoint flights.
Yes. So this was a feature that including omnidirectional obstacle sensing, these are features that we didn't have on our Mini lineup. You had to go all the way up to the Mavic series. Now it's available on an Air 3, and now it's gonna be available on the Mini 4 Pro as well. So you can pre-program your flight paths. You just fly to those waypoints, you save them. You just need to hit one of the buttons and it will save a waypoint. And then you can choose, all right, do you wanna start at the end? Do you wanna start in the middle? Do you wanna start at the beginning? Do you want me to go backwards through this flight, forwards through this flight? And save that route for future use. So if you wanna do a daytime to nighttime shot, or if you're doing, maybe you're shooting an event and you're trying to get the construction of the stage, the build-up of the tent for the wedding reception, all of that, and you can fly that route over and over again and then splice it together in post.
I love that. That's so cool. That honestly, it won't be the same accuracy, but it's very similar to the way that RTK is used with the Inspire 3.
Yes.
You get to kind of have your own little version in the Mini Pro 4, which is amazing.
Exactly.
I love that so much. So, because this has features like the Waypoint flights, the subject tracking, the DLOG 10, it's kind of working into what you said earlier, a professional workflow. Tell us about the HDMI out for this thing.
Thanks to the RC2 and this new addition of new antennas, it's actually using the 04 imaging transmission platform.
So this is the second drone now. The Air 3 was the first.
Correct.
The second drone with 04.
Exactly.
So what's the range on 04?
So 04, you can get up to 12 miles of range.
Good night. Obviously, you want to follow all the rules the FAA has put forward with flying beyond visual line of sight, but that just means that regardless of how far you can see, you're going to get a stable video transmission.
Yes.
And even in a really complicated environment, you can get up to...
You get like 0.9 miles in the most complicated environment. So just under a mile if you were in like a downtown setting.
That's amazing. That's still super usable.
And probably outside of line of sight. So
probably.
Make sure you're using a spotter if you're trying to do that.
You definitely use a spotter. That's awesome. Wow. Okay.
And the other thing, thanks to the RC, so to get 04 and compatibility wise, you have to use the RC2 or the RCN2 with this drone. But the great thing about using RC2, the USB-C now supports HDMI out or video out.
Right.
So if you were to use a USB-C to HDMI adapter or just a straight cable, you could do video out, stream this to any other monitor, you want to live stream to a TV, whatever it is, you can do so. That was something, again, that used to be exclusive to our flagship drone.
Right.
The Mavic 3. But now you can do it on the Air 3 and you can do it on the Mini 4.
So this really is working itself into kind of almost a semi-professional, it's super usable for multiple people, professional,
we're pushing
hobbyists.
the Pro into the Mini, right?
Nice. I see what you did there. That's awesome. So tell me, when is this available?
It's available now. You can actually shop for it at this moment. The one that I would recommend everybody get, it's the one that comes with the RC2, the controller you're holding there.
This guy right here.
Has a built-in screen, plus the additional batteries and the charging dock.
And with this, you get 04.
Yes. There is also another SKU that's gonna be the RC2 Plus Flight More Kit. So it'll come with the RC2, it'll come with the drone, it'll come with 3 batteries, but you'll have one of the standard batteries that gets you 34 minutes of flight time, and then you get 2 of the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus in the kit. That'll allow you to fly 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So you get an extra 11 minutes out of that. But what you want to be careful with, the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus is going to push you over 250 grams.
Okay.
So all that means is you have to register with the FAA. It's not a big deal, but it just is one extra step.
So like we said, these are available right now at dronenerds.com. Click the link in the description below to pick yours up today. Thanks, George, for being here, man. I really appreciate you every time you come by. Guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.